Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all having a lovely day. As you can see here today, I am doing spring cleaning, continuing with the house. It's a big house. I suspect a lot of you have heard by now, yes, the police came to arrest my dead husband, organised by Meghan's maggots. Of that, I am in no doubt whatsoever. They tweeted that that was their intention. They actually phrased it, "Oh, I think she needs a welfare check." These are sugars I'm not familiar with. There'd been a call to arms because each of us YouTubers, we have a little nest of sugars, like half a dozen, 2 or 3 sugars who watch us all the time. And then when they want something done, they do a call to arms. They'll get like a snippet of our video, take totally out of context, say we threatened to kill Meghan, something like that. And they'll just post that and the other dumb little maggots go with it. And one of them said they want me to die of cancer. I've retweeted it all and I've tweeted Meghan Maggot at The Sun. So The Sun newspaper can see all of this. So my son goes out to work this morning and I was on the phone to Trevor, and about 3 minutes after he'd gone, I hear the doorbell. So I go to the door and I look through the spy cam because of the home invasion. And I see 2 police officers there. I think, oh, okay. But they've got their hands on their guns and they've got a stance like they're waiting for the door to open and for there to be trouble. So I said to Trevor, I'll call you back. I've got the police on the door. As soon as I opened the door in my dressing gown, their hands came off their guns. They're looking at each other. They were really quite silent. I said, is everything okay? I mean, I've got all this on video as well, but I'm keeping this one for court. So then they said, do you have cameras here? And I said, yes. I've had a home invasion. And they said, do you have any ID? And I said, yes, of course. So the gates locked the whole time. They didn't want to enter the property. I'm rummaging around the house looking for my handbag and my ID, take my Spanish ID and my British ID to them. And as soon as they saw my Spanish ID, because I'm classed as Spanish here, they were like their body language, their shoulders relaxed even more, and they went, oh, and again they looked at each other and went, then they said, how long have you lived in this house? And I said, since 2016. This is all in Spanish, by the way, right? My Spanish isn't great. So anybody who says, I should have said this, I should have said that, you know, freaking. Anyway, yeah, I said, I've been here since 2016. He looked at my ID. Now, when I first gave him my ID, I got the impression he wasn't going to give it back. You know, he took a step back. He didn't run it through a police national computer. When I said I'd been here since 2016, he looked at it and he went, yeah. He took a picture of it with his phone. He gave it straight back to me. And I said, is there a problem? What's the problem? Then they said, do you live here alone? And at first I said yes, because, you know, I feel alone at the moment. But then I went, oh no, actually my son also lives here. And they went, no, the man, where is the man? Then the hands went back on the guns. And I said, well, there is no other man. And this, to my shame, I really feel I let Graham down. I said, my husband, that's right. They said, where's your husband? They were looking for him. And I said, well, he's dead. And they were both like, looked at each other really perplexed. And then he said, when? And I said, March. And I just went into meltdown because it's the first time I've had to tell someone outside of like friends like you guys or family. It's the first official time I've had to say it out loud that he's dead. And I said March, and he said, how many years ago? And I said, this March. And they both did the same thing, bless them, which made me cry even more. They put their hands by their side, they both bowed, and they said in English, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. And they backed away and they left. I didn't even get a chance to say to them, why are you here at my front door? What is going on? my abogado and I are going to be going down and getting a marker put on this address now, thanks to Megan's maggots. And then, so I went then to the troll accounts to look, and that's where I saw, we're going to get her a welfare check, we're going to get her arrested, we're going to get her house swatted. Yeah, I saw all of that. Oh, and I also saw the one, why don't you go outside, get some sun and cancer, crawl back into your casket and die, you old lizard. Yeah, I've done that. Megan maggot at the sun. Now, I want to show you this little guy. If anyone out there has got fear, I have dozens of these things. They are all over the gardens. They've got a solar panel on the top, and you just hiss it like 3 times to arm it itself, and then it just goes quiet. And it sits there all night until someone walks into your garden or climbs over your wall. They're solar, they're on a stick, you can move them around, you can put them at different angles, and their job is to alert the homeowner that someone has come near the property. I haven't even got to the doors or windows. I not only have that, I mean, there's all types of cameras and security devices. There are these little guys, again, dotted around the house, the gardens, and these have, they beam up to the cloud in a different manner of speaking to the regular Wi-Fi. But yeah, I mean, these are quite cool. They only cost about 15 euros each. I'll do that again. That's how you arm it, just 3 bips, and then it flashes. And I mean, in the dead of night, it's really, really impressive, and up to about 25 foot. So bad luck, maggots. I haven't been arrested, neither has my dead husband. And if you come near my house, you are going to be filmed and you are going to be arrested. In the meantime, now, how do things work here in Spain? Well, I'll explain. This is a Catholic country. This is a very old-fashioned country. And the reason the police officers bowed their heads and said they were so sorry, and they actually walked backwards, like someone talking to the royal family. They were 2 relatively young men. It's because in this country, everyone has respect for the mothers and the grandmothers. They really are. They are the mas alto in this country. And they don't like that a recent widow is getting malicious calls. Now, I believe that person is probably, because the sugars are everywhere, so they do a call to arms, they find some sugars that are in Spain, speak Spanish, and they do the report. They will have got the details of the person who made that call. Right now, because Graham is not registered as dead in Spain yet, because I haven't received the death certificate yet, he died in Gibraltar, he's been registered there. Because of where we are geographically, and the Spanish and the British police and authorities cooperate, and because I'm obviously an English speaker, and it has Britannica on my ID, they will automatically have gone away, they will have checked Graham's Spanish status. They will have seen that he's not registered as dead in Spain, so they will automatically contact Gibraltar, who will say, yes, he died on the 4th of March of this year. They will then look into my bank accounts, and they will also look into the person who made the observation, the request for a wellness check. And I would expect, if they dig into it that much, that in a few days, I will get an English-speaking official from the court to come round and ask me if I would like to denounce and prosecute against that person. And if that happens, yes, 100% all day long. Now, the sugars, they love to go on about the fact that, oh, I'm going to be arrested, I'm on the run, right? Because years ago, I have a wiki page, look up Fiona Mont, M-O-N-T. When I first started this YouTube channel, you know, anything you've got in your life, and I mean, it's never been a secret with me. It's a long, long story, and it was back from 2000 to 2003 that the Daily Mail and a deluded police officer chased me for 3 years around Europe. Me and Graham. And the police officer who chased me was ultimately arrested and thrown out of Sussex police on a suspicion of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. His name was Steve Skerritt. You can look him up as well. I mean, on my wiki page, it very embarrassingly says, oh, since Steve Skerritt left the police force, interest in the case when. So there is no warrant for my arrest. Now listen very carefully, maggots. If I was wanted in the United Kingdom, then why wasn't I arrested during the 2 months that Graham and I were living underneath Big Ben, right next to the Houses of Parliament? Why was I not arrested in those 2 months when I was uploading videos? Hello, I'm Fiona, here I am. Why is it in the last 15 years that I have not been arrested every time I enter Gibraltar, which is British territory? If I was really wanted, even being here in Spain, they cooperate with Britain, Spanish would just hand me over. So why is it? So after 2003, Graham and I moved back to Brighton from 2003 until 2009. We left the UK Christmas 2009. We arrived, I think it was just before 2010 here in Gibraltar. So sugars, maggots, every time I find you doing this, I'm going to retweet you and I'm going to put Meghan Maggot at The Sun, because the Sun newspaper are onto this story. Brings me to another point. I hope I'm not overstepping the mark, and I won't say too much because I'm not sure Trevor's told everybody, but as a result of the live Trevor did last night, where he very kindly invited me on as a guest, a pretty major newspaper has contacted him, and as a result of seeing that live. What you're doing, maggots, you keep going with this, you keep treating Dr. Sophie like this, you keep attacking people. No one's going to forget what you did to the Princess of Wales. No one's going to forget what you've done to the royal family. No one will forget your indelible little stains on X. No one will forget them. And if you come near my house, any of you, you'd better explain how this works, hadn't you, maggots? And I mean, I can move these around. Look at the stick. I can move it. Pretty cool little guy, yeah? Mobile phone stick wobbled there, and it was on him. Cameras, security devices, personal alarms by my bed. As I said the other night, if I'm home alone in the house, I generally sleep on the sofa because then and semi-sleep with the TV on because of the threat of the home invasion. So my plan is to contact my abogado and go down to the police and make a denuncia. Oh, any of the maggots in Spain, they'll know what that is. And ask the police to put a marker on this address. How dare they? How dare they try and get the Spanish police to arrest a dead man? In order to break the law, sugars, you have to be alive. Are you really that stupid? Please, everybody, don't give up on this. Don't let the heat up. I don't care about Meghan's jam. I'm not interested in that. That's all a distraction. I'm not going to be distracted from this. And there are other YouTubers won't be distracted or drawn into arguments or anything else like that. I am laser focused on these maggots. The national press in the United Kingdom are now reporting on it. They are now looking into it. Dan Wootton has had his experiences. Lady C has had her experiences. Camilla Tominey, Angela Levin. A lot of people have had their experiences of these maggots, and it has built up over a 7-year period. You think people don't know what you're like, maggots? Meghan's maggots. Your reign of terror on the internet is coming to an end. To everybody else, thank you all very much for listening. Please don't worry. I'm perfectly safe. Sugars, eh? Aren't they little darlings? And as I said from the beginning, here I am, you know. I never envisaged that Graham would get cancer and die. I honest to God never, ever, ever thought sugars, I'd see them say, I pray the Queen dies, I pray the King dies, oh, I pray Graham dies, I pray he has a painful death, I'm glad he died, talking about his type of cancer, taking the piss, now praying that I die. I never, ever, ever, when I started this, thought they would pray for people to die. I really didn't think even maggots would go there. And then Meghan, her girl squad, oh, I love my girl squad. Oh, couldn't be more detestable if she tried, could she? God bless Dr. Sophie. I had my serious doubts about her at first, but I'm right there with her. Whatever her political persuasion or her where she's come from or whatever else she's into, I don't care. She's a human being right now who is being attacked really badly. So badly she had to come off social media. And you're not alone, Dr. Sophie. You are not alone. But you have managed to get the national press attention, the world press attention, and they deserve it. They really do. So, I mean, Meghan can stick her jam where the sun don't shine. I don't care if she sold 5 jars, 10 jars, or 1,000,000 jars. I'm not interested. This is now my thing. I look forward to seeing you all in the comments, and may your God go with you.